Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4. Today we're going to try and kill the mini-boss that's kind of impeding our progress in Magatsu Inaba. But before we get around to doing that, we're going to go fuse a persona here, because that's kind of important in the late game. What are we going to fuse? Well, we're going to fuse Siegfried and Byakko to make Horus. And Horus, I don't think I've ever actually used before. From what I can gather, is actually rather nice. With Magarudyne, it's exactly what I need. Plus Masuku Kaja is great, and I believe it also gets Taru Kaja, so this thing is a team fight beast. Well, it's a boss fighting beast, really. Not sure why I said team fighting. I guess buffing just makes me think of cooperative. Truthfully, I never actually have a win specialist. Normally I am very strict in my Persona roster in my playthroughs, but this time I'm going a bit wild, for me. I know most people just go, well, you're actually fusing very little. I know by most people's standards I'm not fusing a whole lot, but you don't really need to. I mean, you do need to fuse, don't get me wrong, it's just you don't need to fuse every time you go into the TV world. But yes, having buffs in Persona 4 is very underrated. Maybe because I played Digital Devil Saga, where if you didn't have buffs, you didn't beat the bosses. That's it. I mean, theoretically you could, but if you didn't have Masuku Kaja, good luck. That's all I'll say, just good luck to you, sir or madam, because that was a crapshoot. But it still carries over into Persona 4. Because the less chances of you getting hit, the less time you gotta waste healing, and the more time you can, spend actually doing damage. Which is quite obviously what you want to do. That's gonna be all the fusing for today though, because I don't really have a whole lot of personas I want to waste. Now, like I said, I normally don't even have a win specialist, so obviously you don't need one, but it's really nice to have one, so if you do need to cast Magarudyne, you have the option, as opposed to just using Garudyne 4 times in a row. Which is a horrific waste of SP, but I've been known to do it because that was my only option. So, on to Magatsu Inaba. There is a negative for leaving and coming back. Well, a negative in a way. It's that I have to go through all this again. Of course, I kind of was forced to. Oh crap, I'm scared.
Stop! Don't run away!
Damn it, Naoto. Okay, we can still do this. Because the only reason I'm not running is because we know that thing's weakness, and we can just. I need to get myself calmed down, though. You never want the main character being feared. You can instantly die if you're not careful. Even if you don't die instantly, you still are more vulnerable to critical strikes, so, be careful about that.
It's a strong one. Don't lower your guard.
Sadly, I don't think you actually ever run away like your comrades will if they're feared, which would be good, because then you get out of the situation, but no, sadly, I don't think I've ever saw that. Maybe you guys have. If you have, tell me. I'd love to hear that. I'd love to know that's a possibility. I personally have never saw it, though. I'm not saying it's impossible, but yeah. Okay, so I'm really tempted to just use Masuku Kaja here, but do I really need to? I don't really think I have to. I think I can just get rid of the one and just be done with that one, because that one's buffed and I don't want it getting up accidentally. I mean, I got a little bit of time to deal with it. It's stunned, it's dizzy, which is the reason I did that, so you have a little more time, because that's the one we don't want getting up.
Thank you.
I mean, those things are annoying with Evil Smile, but they're not really lethal unless you don't cure the fear. Yeah, I know, I tend to take a more supportive role with my main character. I'm assuming a lot of people out there make your main character as like a nuker. Personally, I like being a healer with my main character.
Enemy defeated. You're off to a good start.
That's not to say that I won't nuke, as obviously that right there was, but generally speaking.
Take this.
That probably speaks wonders about my trust issues or something. I don't trust you guys to keep me alive. Ah, sure, I'll be the healer. You can be the off healer. You guys just deal the damage. I'll keep us all alive. Oh, great. Well, Death Rider. I guess that's good. I don't ever remember ever using him, but I'm guessing he has like Mamudon or something like that. Since he's kind of strikes me as the Death Arcana type, I don't know. Preconceived notion, probably wrong, but yeah, I didn't exactly have enough SP last time to just stay in here, because the next mini-boss is probably the most annoying mini-boss I have ever saw in this game.
Careful.
We'll get into that a little later, but maybe not the most, but one of the most.
4 of them.
I don't remember if we saw this group before, but we're gonna see it again. I know I'm wasting a bit of SP here, but it should be fine.
Enemy defeated. Don't stop now, Toku.
It's more of just I want to get through this very quickly and beat the mini-boss soon. Which is a risky proposition. When you start rushing, you start making mistakes. That never really stops me though, because, well, I always rush in games. Well, in this game, when I'm going back to a level I've already beaten, I always rush.
I couldn't do it. Go get him. Go, go, go. Just the result.
I didn't mean that in a literal manner either. That was actually just a coincidence, but something about wasting time. I don't know. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste, you know, your time is valuable. I'm trying to help keep you from having to go, this is boring. We've already saw this. I'm going to try to get through this as fast as I can. Obviously by eliminating the repeat groups as per usual, but once we get toward the end, it gets a little bit easier to run past. Or maybe that's just like a placebo effect. I always have an easier time getting past the later parts. But yeah, certain escape is freaking valuable. And Healing Wave, I believe, also... Oh crap, what does Healing Wave do? Let's check here real quick. Healing Wave... oh, great, 5% SP at the end of battle. That is a freaking godsend. I don't want to say you should rush and just power level to get to 77. You don't need to do that, but once you do reach 77, the world is your oyster, and you save... I mean, you never have money problems ever after that. Heck, I don't have money problems now. I have a feeling this is going to be more of an annoying fight than a dangerous fight. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit easier. Well, actually it might not be. We don't know anything about those arms or whatever that... I never pay attention to names. Well, I guess we learned something fairly important there. Alright, if it's not weak to ice, then maybe it's fire? Good old-fashioned deduction. Holy crap, that didn't kill it. Okay, well, that's fine. We just get Cert out. I don't think we've actually used Cert yet, so this is a good opportunity to use him.
The enemies have fallen. Let's finish them off. Precisely. Here goes.
You know, I just realized, do we even have any somas? I really hope we have at least like 2 somas, because if we don't have any somas, that final boss fight is gonna suck with my strategy. It's not impossible, it's just gonna really suck.
Hey, I leveled up.
Because on average, I normally use, I'd say,
Gotten a little stronger?
probably 2 somas. On occasion 3 if I'm really willy-nilly with my SP, but I guess that'll be a fun one for whenever that happens, but for now I guess we should set our sights on more immediate, you know, threats, like this area. Oh, come on, turn around. I really don't want to get ambushed here.
Looks like that.
That
This one's strong. Watch yourselves.
Those things are very dangerous normally, that model right there, so I'm very concerned here. I'm going to get Thor out. Not Loki, Thor. And because I mean, those things usually hit hard physically, but not really magically. Normally.
Enemy down. You're doing well. You hit the enemy's weakness.
Of course, getting lucky is always a bonus, but that wasn't exactly the intention right there.
All yours.
Ah, well, you can't hit them all. That was just 30-something SP right down the drains.
Couldn't quite beat it. Persona! Enemy defeated. Good job, Yukiko-senpai.
Alright, now we just gotta deal with these 2 things, which should be easy enough. I don't remember them ever causing me troubles ever in the past.
It's quite tenacious.
Not like those Minotaurs.
Just
You
2 left.
You
Come
just
on,
had
this
to do that
fight's not
right after
over.
I said that, didn't you?
There. Enemy defeated. Good job, Yukiko-senpai. Now, shall we move on?
Just had to try and make me look bad.
My skills have been honed.
Ah yes, Vorpal Blade. I don't remember Vorpal Blade being that bad. It's not exactly great. I usually replace Blight with it, but that's just because Blight's kind of outdated by now, but it does have that poison mechanic, so if you are more of a very long-term, like, turtle strategy, it's great for that. I actually got ambushed there, so I ran. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend like I was a brave man. I wasn't going to die. Okay? That's just how it's gonna go. And I think I can run from here on out. Unless I get really bad positioning here, which I hopefully won't. Crap, I don't think I'm gonna be able to run past that. Well, I could, but it's a lot safer if I didn't, because it was already facing the way that I had to run. It would have had a sprinting start. Alright, well, how about this one? Can I run past this one? Yes. Because those things run away from you. That makes it exceedingly easy. I know I could have probably maybe killed it, but I don't like relying on instant death procs. And that's a lot of just, well, SP right down the drain when Naoto is borderline useless in this next boss fight, actually. She is the worst party member to bring to this boss fight. Next to maybe Kanji. But I think Kanji at least has lightning, so Kanji's actually better than Naoto here. So, I mean, Naoto has her nukes, but that's about all she can really do for damage here. This thing's actually kind of weak to physical, but it has counter, so there's that.
That one's immune to darkness.
Oh, I forgot to mention it spams that all fight long. It has infinite SP, seemingly. I might be wrong, because I never try and drag this battle out any longer than necessary. If anybody has, if it ever runs out of SP, that'd be great to hear, but I'm under the impression it does have infinite. So we're just going to try and nuke it down before it nukes us down, because it's not the only one that has big nukes. that said, it has a shitload of HP, so it's gonna be a long fight. Buckle in, ladies and gents. Get comfortable. Always a good idea for long fights to start off with a buff. Because the last thing you want is to be missing and falling down on your own. That can be potentially lethal if someone falls down in this. So, oh great, I forgot it has confused. Okay, well, I don't know. I guess I should probably use a sedative on somebody. Crap! I just realized Yukiko has made patra. She could have just cured everybody. That was a wasted turn. Stupid decision. Yep, totally stupid. I think that's the only 2 attacks it has. It just spams those over and over. This is one of those fights that I refer to as a quote gear check, but really it's more of a level check. Do you have the amount of SP required to get through this, and the personas necessary? If so, you win. It's more so just levels, because Yukiko can heal everybody back to full. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of like one of those, if you can't get past this, you probably shouldn't be here yet. That's my guess. I could be wrong. Somebody probably did this much lower level, I'm sure. But this is one of those bosses I always make sure I don't skip a whole lot of fights before, because I know if I do, I'm gonna have a really, really bad time with this, because I'll just get nuked down if I do.
It's quite tenacious.
I mean, it's not as bad as an MMO, but I mean, you get what I'm saying here.
Someone finish it off.
Oh great, I forgot. Every single element it takes like half damage from, and physical is the only one that does full damage, but it can also counter. This is why I said this is one of those annoying boss fights. How about wind? Is that also half damage? It probably is, now that I think about it. Of course it is. Alright, so I really, really doubt it's going to be weak to instant death, so we're not even going to waste the SP on that.
I couldn't do it.
I haven't even paid attention. Has Masuka Kaji actually run out yet? Oh well, there we go. Well, see, that did some work for us. Not as much work as I would have hoped, but oh well. Okay, what is high counter, like 30%? 25%? I don't remember exact percentages on the different counters, but that's just bad luck. This is really risky, actually. This is one of those all or nothing. If it works, I'm gonna look like a hero. If it doesn't, I'm gonna look like a moron. Okay, that was bad idea. Don't do that. I probably should make sure that Chie's healed before this, but, well...
I couldn't do it.
I like rolling the dice sometimes. Especially if it's not my life I'm rolling the dice with.
I couldn't defeat it.
That sounds awful, but it's true.
Take this. Someone finish it off.
Holy God in heaven, that did a bit of damage. Like I said, that's a big gamble though. If I would have missed, she would have killed herself. Well, nearly killed herself. Or she would have lived with like 1 health point. Those are gambles you can afford to take if you have your social link that advanced though. You just don't want to make a habit of it after you've already used that one chance.
I couldn't defeat it.
So, there's that to be aware of. I'm a gambling man sometimes though. I mean, I still have the 1 mulligan. Why not try it again?
I couldn't do it.
These are the calculated risks that you want to take. Well, I mean, you could make the argument you don't want to, but I am very aggressive this fight. Like that, yes, because I want this fight personally over as soon as possible, because this is a lot of damage and a lot of SP. We're just bleeding right here. We're like hemorrhaging SP this fight. So in my opinion, the faster it's done, the faster that, you know, you're not in immediate danger. Okay, so what should I even put out here? I would really like to heal. Who's getting... Well, I could heal, but Yukiko can heal just as well as I can. What do I want to do here? I guess I'll be the one healing with Haruti, and then I guess we can take the for sure damage with Yukiko. I mean, granted, I could have pulled out Thor and swung, but...
I can't defeat it.
I'll probably end up doing that later, a little later in the fight. Okay, now this is getting silly. I was gonna say, if that counters again, worst luck ever. But RNG taketh and it giveth. One of the main reasons I like healing is because I usually have Invigorate on my healing personas.
I couldn't do it. That's amazing.
Because the last thing you want is your healer going out of SP in the middle of a boss fight. I figure once I get really low on SP, I'll put on Thor and then just start swinging because I can't even hurt myself that way. If that strategy makes any sense, I think it does. This is one of those turtling strategies right here.
I couldn't do it.
Slow and steady wins the race, eventually. I'm not in a real danger of dying. Come on, seriously. Alright, fine. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, fine. Alright, I guess I'll have to do things the other way. Alright, either I gotta do the physical attacks or we're doing magic from now on.
I can't defeat it.
Well, this isn't as catastrophic as it looks, considering I learned my lesson last time. Just don't kill anybody, we'll be just fine. Yukiko's getting her turn next, so I can actually just relax here. Or I could heal, either way, but I think I'm gonna take a more proactive approach. Why won't you die? Come on, man. I know. You're not learning your lesson, man. You're still trying physical attacks. Yes, because that does more damage, okay? Yes, I realize that I'm ramming my head against a brick wall and expecting a different result, but by God, I'm more stubborn than you are, and I will do this, and I will prove that it can work. Haha.
Alright, we won! We did it!
That was probably one of the most inefficient ways I've ever done that fight. Oh, who am I kidding? I always do that fight the same way. That's probably one of the most inefficient ways you've ever saw someone do that fight, I should say. But, well, it just shows it takes all kinds. You can do that fight any number of ways. That was just the physical, stupid way. Because I do tend to favor physical attacks in this game. But I do tend to start using more magical attacks as the game goes on. But that's just me. You can use magic to your heart's delight. Oh yes, I forgot this one annoying thing in this dungeon. You gotta backtrack. And backtracking, well, it's about as much fun as it sounds. Not very. I don't remember what you're supposed to do if you don't have a Goho M, but I usually just use a Goho M here and just get the hell out of here because I don't really want to try and run past everything and then try and figure out how to get out of here. So we're not gonna try and figure out what to do, we're just gonna get out. Because I mean, yeah, let's just do that. I was debating whether I should just stay here or go, but it's already been a fairly long episode. We're pushing, I think, 25 minutes now, so if I go any longer, I gotta make 2 videos, and if I, you know, the whole thing, that's just logistics you're probably not interested in, so I will shut up about that. So, as soon as I recover here, excuse me, and save, we shall be on our way. Well, not on our way, we're gonna be gone here soon enough, but so thank you guys very much for watching, as usual. Next time, the plan is to try and get to Adachi, but we're not actually going to fight Adachi, because that would be a big waste of time and a silly mistake. So, hopefully I shall see you guys there. As per usual, if you want to support the channel, you may wish to like or even subscribe for easier access to future content, and hopefully I shall see you guys there. Farewell, everyone.